All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. Onebar with Lupagus Vikings. News and nuggets from the OTAs. We got a lot of juicy ones. Good stuff going on. Football is kind of back.
It's kind of back. The Vikings are in town practicing, getting ready for the 2024 season. Things were tight-cheeked yesterday, but a few nuggets have slipped out today. Again, Will Regetz, Alec Lewis, kind of our main sources for collecting these. So thank you guys for your work. And why don't you guys do a little bit of work? If you haven't yet hit the subscribe button, do it. Help us get to 12K by the end of May.
Hit that sub button. Also, tonight we're dropping at about 7:30. John Randall. We had John Randall on the show with Justin from the Purple Persuasion. Fantastic interview. Dude does not like the Packers. Has a lot of thoughts. It might be our best work.
Yeah, he's just genuine, and he is like the most Minnesota Viking person on the planet. He embodies the Minnesota Vikings.
Let me rephrase that. He did all the work. We just sat there and nodded and laughed, and we were just like complete awe. So check that out. It's going up tonight, but let's talk about the news and nuggets. What's happening in Vikings land?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. Let's start with the quarterbacks. And Sam Darnold was at the podium. He's talking about, just being with different teams, learning new offenses, nothing new for him. He did say that being in San Francisco helped him pick up the Vikings offense a little bit quicker, similar styles there. And Wes Phillips was raving about his arm strength, saying it's evident he has a cannon of an arm and that he was the number 3 pick for a reason.
Yeah, if Sam Darnold is good at anything at this point in the NFL, it's picking up new offenses. He's bounced around from team to team to team, so he's had to do it multiple times. So this is going to be like nothing for him. We all know Sam Darnold has the tools. We know he has the arm. He just hasn't really put it together. Maybe this is his moment. On the Sam Darnold talker, though, we got to talk. I mean, PA put over his bold prediction today saying that Sam Darnold, his bold prediction was that he's going to play every snap, barring an injury. Like Sam Darnold, it is a guy, regardless, they're going to let J.J. McCarthy just marinate in that beautiful sauce in the fridge.
We'll see. I'm not quite sucking down that Darnold sauce just yet, but if PA says it, it's going to definitely have some legs. And, yeah, the Vikings really don't seem to be in a rush to get J.J. McCarthy on the field. And if we're going to go over some of these notes Regetz said about his performance today, clearly he's got a long way to go.
Well, and I don't think it's so much the Darnold sauce. I think they want nothing to do with McCarthy. They do not want to rush him out there. And if this season's kind of going to be a growing lost season, anyways, I'm for it. The dude just turned 21. If he was like this 24-year-old rookie, I would be like, get his ass out there. But I'm fine with little bumps in the road with Sam Darnold with the right expectations.
Yeah, but it seems like a lot of people are actually not just putting him and being the starter, but actually having a very good season. So I'm not quite that far yet, but I mean, it's possible. If he fits this offense, he's got more weapons he's ever had before in his life. So he actually might have, dare I say, a career year.
I think he'll have a career year, 100%. I don't think it's going to be to the point where like, holy shit, do we actually have to re-sign this guy? Like the Vikings are going to do him justice. They're going to make him some money this year. He's going to come out with some beautiful weapons, have a decent season, put up some big numbers. And someone's going to sign him next year, and he's going to send us a thank you card.
What about this? What if he plays really well, and we trade him for some picks at the trade deadline?
Wee. What didn't we sign him to a 1-year deal?
Yeah, trade him for a team that needs a quarterback.
Oh, like during the season?
Yeah, what about that?
Now you're going to fantasy land.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Not happening. We should have started off with Justin Jefferson. The big obviously news is the fact that he's not there. Voluntary workout. Nobody expected him. He shouldn't be there. If he was there, I would think he's not smart. So he's doing the smart thing.
Yeah, no one expected him to be there. It's if he doesn't show up to the voluntary, which is coming up in June, that's a little bit more of an issue. But the fact he's not there for a voluntary workout, that's not a concern.
And Tom Pelissero, I believe it was, said earlier that he does expect Justin Jefferson to be in attendance for mandatory camp June 4th through the 6th. And like we said, if he's not there for that, then maybe things are getting a little hairy.
Oh,
because his undercarriage.
Oh, no, I think it's well groomed. I got me some happy nuts going on. 100%. 100%. Speaking of happy nuts, let's go to Harrison the Hitman Smith. He was at the podium today, really addressing the fact that everybody's writing out the Vikings already. He says people outside of here aren't expecting as much of us as we are of ourselves. I think we had the makings of some good things. So the fact that the Vikings are aware that no one's picking them to go anywhere this year, they're bottom feeders in the NFC North. Some are even going as far as saying they'll win 3 games at the most. The Vikings know this, and I love that this me against the world, us against the world mentality is already growing with this team.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go into the season being underdogs. Let's shock the world. Let's see what happens. I mean, Harrison Smith is not just coming back for the hell of it. He's coming back here to win. And during his press conference, he said that like he's not just here to play football. He wants to win some damn games. So maybe we'll shock the world. I still think the Vikings are in a situation with the defense they have, with Brian Flores, with the offensive weapons. Even if it's Sam Darnold, we're going to win some games. We're going to surprise some teams, and we'll see what that final record is. But we're not going to be this dog shit 1-16 team.
No, I mean we might be a middle of the road team, but we're not going to be horrible.
Yeah, no. Let's get into what was happening at practice. I think Reggett had some good nugs.
JJ McCarthy, Will Reggett, not overly. I mean, these aren't really endearing terms he's throwing out here, but he says the physical tools are evident. But he was kind of playing with him and Jaron Hall were working reps with the rookies and the undrafted guys. It was Mullins and Darnold working with the 1s and the 2s and the 3s. But he said, where is it here? He missed some inaccurate throws. He actually dropped a shotgun snap. So while he was chucking the ball very, very hard, accuracy, it looks like it's a bit of an issue right now for JJ McCarthy.
Well, and Alec Lewis put that out there too. I mean, he's throwing lasers, he's throwing fastballs out there, and he should be with the rookies. He should be with the 3rd and 4th team, whatever it is. It's like you don't just give him the crown. I mean, it's OTAs. They're gonna let him work his way up, but worst case scenario, start season, he's gonna be the backup quarterback, and they're just doing the right things. So I mean, if he's having incomplete passes, dropping snaps, who gives a shit? This is the time to do it. This is the time to do it. He just turned 21. People are going to have such unrealistic expectations for this dude as a rookie. It's going to be sickening. And if you do, go to your room.
Every good play he makes is going to be over magnified. Every bad play is going to be over magnified. That's what happens when you have a top 10 rookie on your team. We haven't had it ever. So this is a new thing for us to experience, but expect more of this to come out. Everything he does is going to be under a magnifying glass.
Yeah. JJ McCarthy, they were putting clips on him with that pass to Jalen Naylor today. It was like a 15-yard pass, and we're just like, what a beautiful pass. It was so good. It's like, come on. But yeah, it will be under magnifying glass. I can't wait for it. But anybody who thinks he's just fantastic or he's the worst quarterback ever in the next couple of days, it's like, take a step back, have a sip of beer. Be okay.
Just breathe. Just let it out. What else you got? You got anything about TJ Hawkinson over there?
TJ Hawkinson was there today supporting his team, giving JJ McCarthy high fives. He did not have to be there. He is injured. He was there on his own, and it just shows that Detroit Lions just stepped on their dick. They should not have let this guy go. Team player, fantastic. Love to see it. I love to see him out there leading with these guys, getting out there with the youngsters. So TJ Hawkinson, love you, man. Love you.
True leader of this team. Again, just showing up because he wants to be there. That's what you like to see. Speaking of the tight end position, Bob Tonyan, Wes Phillips giving him high praise, and it sounds like he'll be competing with Johnny Munt to be the Vikings' top receiving tight end during Hawkinson's injury absence, which is expected to be the first 4 to 6 games of the season.
Yeah, I was seeing like they're kind of expecting him just to be out for the first 6 weeks. Makes sense. But Bob Tonyan, I can't wait to see how this tight end group shakes out. I mean, if he's competing with Johnny Munt, obviously Bob Tonyan is not the Bob Tonyan of 2018, whatever it was. But he could be the number one legit pass catching tight end for the first half of the season.
Yeah, when we signed him, I'm super excited about it, and picturing him having this role, but also at the same time realizing like he might just be a camp body. But it sounds right now like he's gonna be much more than that and actually have a role on this team. Speaking of JJ McCarthy and rookies, Dallas Turner has been turning heads. Regis reporting that he mixed in with the first team defense while Van Ginkel recovers from a foot injury, and he said Turner just seems to have the look of a future star.
Yeah, Alex Lewis was raving about him, just said he's an absolute specimen out there. His athletic ability is just off the charts. We all know this. That's why we traded up to go get him. And the fact that he's out there with the ones, he should be out there with the ones. I mean, if he has less than 6.5 sacks, I'm going to be actually disappointed. I expect him to have like 7+. And this is different than McCarthy. Like Dallas Turner's the guy you rotate in day one to get after it. So early rave reviews, it's wonderful to hear.
Yeah. If he doesn't get that 6.5, you're going to slam some Manwich.
Yeah, well, it'd be two cans at that point. 2 cans, Sam.
Some quick hitters here. Blake Brandel seems to be basically unopposed as the Vikings starting left guard. There's just no one else there to compete. And Wes Phillips says he earned this. Blake has earned this.
Well, and I don't know who tweeted it out today, but basically the agent is Reisner's agent's like trying to get the Vikings to sign him, and they're just like they want no part of it. They want to see Blake Brandel fail, I guess, or succeed, whatever he's going to do. But Blake Brandel is going to be our guy. He's going to be our guard, and we'll see how it shakes out. Either someone's going to look like a genius or an absolute moron.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I mean, Brandel, I mean, Reicher was good, but he wasn't like he was great. Like, I mean, I don't think Brandel has like a super high level threshold he has to hit to match Reicher's play last year.
I just the only thing is like the thought of Brandel being the backup. Like, we have no depth at guard, so that's my issue. It's like whoever starts, it's not going to be a huge difference. But like if somebody goes down, we're effed. Right in the shitter.
Disrespecting Dan Feeney.
Dan Feeney, I look at him as a backup center.
Because a third string center. A little bit about the Vikings receiving depth chart without Justin Jefferson there. Obviously, Jordan Addison was first. Then it was Brandon Powell, Trent Sherfield, Jalen Naylor, Tristan Jackson. They all rotated with the first team. For the dome depth chart, Lucky Jackson and Thayer Thomas stood out as the top options for J.J. McCarthy.
Thayer Thomas will stand out whatever team he's on. I'm glad to see that. I mean, depth chart wise, I think we both agree. Doesn't matter at this point. We've seen such crazy depth charts early this at OTAs. It's like, really, it ain't gonna stay that way. Shit, I think Lucky Jackson was going with the ones last year, wasn't he? Or was it Tristan Jackson?
It was
something.
Probably.
It was something like that. And it doesn't matter really at all.
It doesn't. Nick Mullins ripped a back shoulder dime to Robert Bob Tunyon, which was amazing, I guess. Nick Mullins out there just fucking slinging the ball in OTAs. Defensively, a couple things on the secondary. New cornerback Shaq Griffin picked off a deep ball and looked very impressive.
Yes. Let's go.
So that's good to hear. And anybody hoping for a Lewis Cine resurgence maybe got some bad news because he got beaten in coverage a couple times and also dropped an interception off a deflection. Not what you want to hear.
Got to stick to my theme. It's OTAs. I'm not getting my panties in a bunch either way. But Lou, got to catch those, man. Got to have them. You can't be getting burnt in OTAs. He's out there getting burned. I mean, was he on the third team? Who's he getting burned by? Thayer Thomas?
It doesn't say who he was out there with. But, yeah.
You know what? We need to hear good things about Lewis Cine.
I mean, to me, that's shocking. I thought he was like a very safe pick when we made him, and it's just not panning out.
Safeties are known, first round safeties. Look it up, man. They're like quarterbacks. It must be like a 33% success rate.
It ain't good. So those are all my nuggets. You got any more out there?
Nuggets have been eaten. They are already half digested, but it's just fun. OTA nuggets. We love to see it. We're gonna overreact on every single one of them, and let us know in the comments if we missed out on any nugs. Check out that John Randall interview.
And remember this: kiwis have more vitamin C than oranges.